Hi everyone! Today I'm going to show you how to make a heater that can actually warm a large room while still being economical, even though it has a radiator and doesn't require electricity or gas. You can use a piece of flexible steel wire. First, I coiled the wire together to create a spring shape with a length of 1.5 meters, making a spring about 45 centimeters long. I cleverly used all the DIY survival tips I've accumulated during difficult times and when fuel was scarce. Okay, I've created a pretty sturdy spring. Comment with your tips on how to make it. Which country are you from? I continued using steel wire to make two stands. Although they're not as aesthetically pleasing as the manufacturers, that's what I can do right now. As long as it's practical and effective, I'll always listen to your tips to create products that help me and you connect with the world through my channel. I'll use a piece of cardboard with one layer removed to allow for better fuel absorption, maximizing efficiency on this heater. I took about 40 centimeter long strips of cardboard, 3 strips of 4 centimeters each. I cut these into equal lengths so that we can neatly stack them when using them. This is the core of the heater, so let's cut them evenly. A glass bottle is preferred as a roller to make these cardboard strips pliable. Roll them carefully so that the cardboard can absorb the fuel best, burn longer, and not waste fuel. Do you agree with my method? Comment below with the method you are using. I rolled them together. Then I added cotton pads containing 100% cotton. You can add more according to the ratio of cardboard and the size of the heater. I'm using 4 pieces for a cardboard diameter of about 8 centimeters. I put the cardboard into a clean tin can and adjusted the rolled cardboard slightly to create grooves for the fuel to flow evenly across the surface. Let's continue with this coil of spring. I coiled it to a diameter of about 4.5 centimeters. We'll stack them on top of each other like this to easily fit into the heater. This spring helps the heater radiate heat more effectively and retain heat longer. By fixing these supports together, we get a really unique looking heatsink, right? Are you excited about what I've created? I'll have to fit this 10 centimeter diameter can inside. This is my first time making this type of radiator, and it's not quite to my liking yet. In this emergency, I'm doing everything I can to heat and cook using all my DIY skills. I hope I can inspire everyone. I'll modify this stand to make it more stable and easier to use. Next, regarding the fuel, I'm using denatured alcohol. Let's pour it evenly across the surface of this cardboard. Make sure it's evenly wet and not excessive. The economy, the better. We add a small flame. Okay, it's really effective. This radiator gradually heats up, radiating heat evenly across the stovetop and surrounding area. We can use it immediately, but remember to follow fire safety rules. I also recommend using this stove where there's ventilation, a chimney, and a slightly open window. As you can see, quite a lot of heat is being emitted. So I'll boil a pot of water. Although the water temperature is quite low, our stove has already brought the water to a boil in 4 minutes. After 2 hours of work, I felt hungry, so I'll treat myself to a fried egg to my liking. Our stove works better than expected. Do you have any comments on this product? Please share your opinions with me. I used it to warm myself and tried moving it. It's very light and easy to carry anywhere you want. even strong winds can't affect our flame. I extinguished it by turning the can upside down to prevent the flames from coming into contact with oxygen, or by covering it with wet towels. Remember the fire safety regulations. As you can see, we heated, boiled, and cooked for about 45 minutes, but the denatured alcohol fuel I added, 250 milliliters, is still there, especially the cardboard core and our cotton pads. Let's check. Finally, I will check what's left inside. I poured the remaining fuel back into the bottle to save it. The disassembly process is very easy. Just pull it straight out. Surprisingly, it's still the same as before, even after a long test. This proves we can use this method and materials many more times. What are your thoughts on my method? Please comment so I can improve it in the next video. Wishing you a warm and inexpensive winter.